trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
And New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons.
Coach, it's a day for celebration in the East Bay. It is, for all intents and purposes, the final chapter of what has been a great era of football here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go! 18 Gators! Rock it! Now!
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And Eifert has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Tighten up. Tighten the left.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That's one of those interceptions watching from up here. The quarterback wide receiver just looked a little out of sync.
They did look a little out of sync, and yeah, they're going to examine that when they get to the sidelines, and they'll talk about it throughout next week when they watch the tape. But the guy who's going to be there for him, really in his ear, is his center, because that's a special relationship for a rookie quarterback. Your center handles your line calls. He gets everyone in the proper position to block. He'll be the first guy back to pick you up after you've been knocked down, and that's the guy you watch the extra film with and try and learn the league.
On 2nd and 1, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Hey, 734. 44. Go, go. 44. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Rush in, rush in.
Again, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken short. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
15 line. 15 line.
On second down, here's Fournette. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Set. 18 Gators. 22-jet bombers. 22-jet bombers. 5.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Minshew sets to throw. To Thompson on the screen. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And it's taken in at the 9. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 2, Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
180. 180. We're good. 280. That's it.
Carr now on 1st down. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
They don't want it, fellas.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Down. 280. Mike Popo. Let's go.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
That's another Raiders 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Down. 180. 5 down. Check back. Raider 9.
Now they'll throw with Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
He's going to go deep for Conley. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking long for Westbrook. This is caught inside the 15. A big third down play there for the Jags. And even 40 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now Leonard Fournette. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
At the Raiders,
Down, 50, play.
55. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
On 2nd and 12, Minshew. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Demarius Randall. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
A loss of 2 there. Second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. He can run for it, and he will. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Here's Minshew. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Switch.
High 7.
44's the mic. 44's the mic.
Let's go.
Now Minshew on first and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Down. Blue 80.
59.
Put that down.
Win championships, baby. Slam.
61. Matchbox lights.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 24-yard line.
He's coming. Raider 1. 6-18.
From the gun, it's Carr. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Safety's creeping. Yo, Chief, you draw courses. Watch the edge. Check 50, check 50.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the 1st half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line.
180.
Check. Hey, I'm coming.
280.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Down. 185.
65.
Later 8.
65. 25. Check 25.
On the ground with a tight end. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson.
A 30-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, a run with Thompson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Got it.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
To Thompson on the draw. And an alley to run. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. He's got daylight. Touchdown, Jaguars. Chris Thompson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Back now in the East Bay, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Here's McCaffrey. Into the secondary again. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. This is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Pretty effective blitz there to stop the draw play right in its tracks.
And actually, when they blitz, draw play is supposed to work very well. You're supposed to have them bypass the runner, and he slips past them. But they put their eyes in the right place, took away all the creases, and slowed him down in a big way.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Fournette. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check. Greystone, travel. Kill.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Bo's to Mike. Mike's Bo. I got you, son.
And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Down. Wide 85.
In the face.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Watch the screen.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural.
Yeah,
but
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you can.